Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Trailer Take Election Night Special, November 3rd, 2020.
We're back
Big
from our
night.
break. We're
On the hiatus.
energized. We are ready.
Everyone hydrated?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Ready?
Let's just start this off. It is currently 5 p.m. and the election is looking very
Pacific time.
interesting so far. So far, we're at 16 for Joe Biden, 22 for Trump.
Florida's been flip-flopping so far.
Yeah.
So Kentucky's been called for Trump. West Virginia's been called for Trump. South Carolina's been called for Trump. Indiana has a decent lead toward Trump. Ohio has a big lead toward Biden. Virginia has been called for Biden.
Yeah, but Biden's behind in Virginia, so that's fake news.
weird. So we'll wait. We'll come back to that. North
Wait,
Carolina.
Yeah, they're skewing the results.
North Carolina
It's already over.
has a big lean for Trump. Georgia has a slight lean for Biden. And the big one, Florida. Florida is currently 81% reporting. Joe Biden is at 49.5%.
Donald
Donald Trump at 49.7%.
0.2% ahead as of 5 p.m.
Wow.
For the last hour, Florida's
This is
been
epic.
flip-flopping. It's
He
been
just
insanely
went up.
intense.
Biden had him by 0.1.
Yep.
Trump went up 0.1, and now he went up 0.1 again.
It's great.
We're 0.2 in Florida.
We have 19% left of Florida, though. And that's
Yeah,
gonna be
we
the
do.
big
We need
one.
those Florida votes.
Florida's a
boys.
big one. Anyway, so let's, before we really get into it,
Okay.
give our official predictions. Who's going to win 2020? What are we thinking?
I think Trump's going to win, but I do not feel certain about it at all. Very shaky ground. Really nervous.
All these East Coast states are already reporting all Biden.
Not all.
There's
Well,
more
this
than I
upper
would like.
corner is always blue. This is always just blue.
Yeah,
That's
it
true. That
is.
little tip.
Pennsylvania
For some reason.
Pennsylvania hasn't reported anything yet.
Pennsylvania polls close pretty late, and that's the big one. So
They
that's
do.
gonna be interesting.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting at all.
I'm
Pennsylvania.
saying, here's what I'll say. I'm willing to put money down that
Uh-huh.
that Donald Trump's gonna win,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't bet my life savings on it.
True.
Well, and here's what we said your answer there, and that is we don't want to bet against Trump, even if we do feel like Joe Biden
my
might
red
win
go
it.
figure.
But I don't want any reason for me to even slightly hope that Joe Biden will win.
Yeah, well,
Oh, yeah.
possible voter fraud is the only issue.
Oh yeah.
Other than that, it's Blumph. It's got to be Blumph.
Now, the dead will rise,
They will.
and they will vote Democrat.
I
That's
have
the way it is.
I have the electoral map from the 2016 election just for reference. So we know
Okay.
what states, if any states changed colors. So far, let's see. Virginia was blue. Illinois was
Very
blue.
similar.
It's pretty similar so far, except Ohio was heavily leaning red, and so far Ohio only 30%
Not.
reporting is for Biden.
30% though. That's all about the districts. You know what I mean? That's a lot coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna wait on that. I'm not gonna totally call that one yet. There's been crazier things that happened during the election.
30% is nothing. I'm
Yeah,
probably
exactly.
gonna win that one.
Texas just got 5% reporting in with a 0.2% lead for Trump.
2.2.
We are watching the last. We're watching the Alamo right now. By the
We
way.
are.
This is the last battle. This is the greatest battle of Texas. Here it is.
This is if Texas goes red this election, never again. This is the last time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Texas is blue for next all future elections. It's over.
Well, I'll say if
California,
it goes blue,
fucking
it'll never
refugees.
come back.
Yeah.
If it'll go red, I'll always hope they can hold on until it doesn't.
And
Oh boy, and it's blue. All right. Thank you for coming out, ladies and gentlemen. It was a great episode of the Trailer
Yep,
Take.
and
I'm really
that's
happy
it.
about it.
Okay, looks like a decent lead for Biden.
They're only
Okay.
at 16% report. It's not over yet. But
I am reminded of I was watching Texas in 2016.
Mhm.
I was in the music store and I was talking to some friends there, and I commented on how since Trump was up a little over 10% in Texas, Texas was in the bag. Right when I
Mhm.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, Houston.
It's
blue,
because
yeah.
it went up toward Biden because Houston reported in.
okay,
Interesting
That's
that Fort
always blue.
Worth is red. Dallas is pretty lib.
here's my
Dallas
question.
Fort Worth is getting pretty lib.
Here's my question. All right, AJ, we're losing Houston. What's going on, man? Hey, AJ,
All the major
whoa,
city-
whoa, whoa.
Yeah, I know, but all the major cities in Texas are just full of libs now.
Yeah, I know. It's not his fault.
Come on, guys.
See, major cities.
Yeah.
Go put the hat on.
You got to do
Get
it.
the Trump energy going here.
Trump train.
Listen, I want to be trying my first cigar tonight if Trump can win.
That's
It'd
right.
be really nice if
The cigar that I had to pay for.
yes, thank you for
What-
that.
You're welcome.
What's gonna happen? Let's say theoretically,
let's say hypothetically.
Hypothetically,
sake
Biden
of
wins.
argument.
So what are you gonna do with that cigar?
What are you gonna do with that cigar? We can return it. We haven't opened it yet.
I'm not gonna return it.
That's right. Well,
Oh no, I don't want to think about that.
I don't want to think about it.
Okay.
It's fine. We'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get
I'm
here.
planning for failure.
So it's pretty
Yeah, it
early
is
right
planning
now.
for failure.
It's pretty early right now.
It is
so
early.
I wanted to quickly go over what we all voted for.
Okay.
Sure.
I took a picture of my ballot before I gave it.
I
in.
didn't, but I remember most of what I did.
So first we'll go over president and vice president. Who did you vote for?
Trump.
Green Party.
We all voted for Trump.
Yeah.
Joe Jordan. I voted for Trump.
Yeah, we all voted for Trump. Next.
All right. I'm gonna skip over like the local stuff from our town.
We
and
don't
stuff
need that.
we don't
County
need.
level,
Okay, yeah,
don't care.
yeah.
County level, don't care.
Schools, nobody
Propositions
cares.
are.
Propositions are interesting to talk about because there's some interesting
Yeah.
ones. Oh, first, U.S. representative for 50th district. It was between Daryl Issa and Amar Kampa Najjar.
I believe it's Issa.
Issa? Sorry.
Daryl Issa.
Mhm.
Sorry, Daryl Issa.
But I vote for Daryl.
Daryl Issa. Daryl Issa's the Republican one.
Yeah, Daryl Issa is the Republican one. A lot of people don't like either of them.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
which
both
is-
kind of.
I don't know very much about Daryl Issa, to be honest with you.
Well, that's a good thing. Like
Yeah.
no news is good news usually
Yeah.
for politicians.
He's a Republican.
He's Republican.
It's probably better than the Democrat version.
Well, Najjar is not the most savory.
Let's see. And judicial. Judge of the Superior Court, office number 30. I voted for Paul.
Oh yeah, Paul.
Satirita?
What?
Let me see that.
Starita.
Let me see it.
Starita.
Starita.
It's on the bottom there.
Bottom
Yeah,
one.
Paul Starita, the Republican.
Oh yeah, Paul Street. Yeah,
I was looking over. I liked him. He seemed pretty cool.
yeah, I checked
Reasonable.
him out.
Paul's reasonable.
And then for state member of the state assembly, 71st district, I voted for Randy
Vopel.
who's the Republican one, and then there's the Democratic one, Elizabeth Lafferty.
I feel like
What's interesting
mind.
here is she put herself as a small business woman and mother.
yeah. See,
Why do you put that there?
because it's how the left they all only appeal to emotion.
Yeah,
Always.
exactly.
That's what they do.
Yeah. Oh, this person's a mom.
Oh,
She
I'm
must
a
have
mom too.
everyone's
Hey, wow,
best
they're-
interest
Oh,
at heart.
sure. I bet
Yeah.
she does.
All
She's
right.
a mom, dude. She has
Let's,
kids. Okay.
Mm.
I'm gonna hide this.
Are you ready to go for the props?
Yes.
Alright.
Proposition 18
You skipping all the other ones?
starts at 18.
Starts at 18. Or it starts at 16.
So it's at 14.
Starts at 14.
Does
Oh,
it?
sorry. I was looking at the wrong photo. Proposition 14 authorizes bonds continuing stem cell research. It authorizes 5.5 billion state bonds for stem cell and other medical research, including training, research facility construction, administrative costs. Dedicates 1.5 billion to brain-related diseases. Appropriates general fund monies for repayment. Expands related programs.
So first of all, let's just say what we all voted for. I voted yes on that.
I voted no.
I voted no.
So you.
You're the odd man out. You should,
I am
you
the-
should go with first.
So-
You should go first.
I understand that it's a lot of money being spent, but
Yeah.
I for one am pro stem cell research. That's my logic on that one.
So,
Hit me with it.
first of all, the money. But second of all,
Let's say discounting the money. What's the problem? I don't hear
discounting the money.
I know it's a lot of money.
Discounting the money, there would be someone here I would change my vote in. But for this one, the real problem I have with it, I don't like anything they do with stem cells or babies or anything like that. Just after the whole New York thing,
This one's
I
not
don't-
baby related.
I don't trust that it's not going to somehow become baby related.
Okay, it becomes
It
yeah.
says impacts related programs, stuff like that. So to me, it's like,
yeah, I guess that is a kind
I'm
of sketchy piece of wording there. But
yeah, I'm not interested in giving them, and it's the same people either way. You know what I mean? I'm not interested in giving them the money.
fair enough. Next
I-
prop.
I had to say why I voted no.
That's true.
I was really close on it. I originally wanted to vote yes because I am usually in support of stem cell research. I just in our state, I just feel like when it comes to money, I feel like we A, can't afford it, and B, that money needs to go
That
toward
is true.
Yeah.
like having the state function right now.
Yeah, there's
Because
a lot
like
of
our
things we need
spending is
money for.
insane, giving so much money to illegal immigrants.
We have some of the worst roads in the entire United States.
Exactly. Like
It's so bad.
I really
And
want to, but in California, I think.
Don't even get me started on that.
All right,
All right.
This whole episode's gonna be random about roads.
Proposition 16.
no 15.
Oh,
15.
15.
Increases funding sources for public schools, community colleges, and local government services by changing tax assessment of commercial and industrial property initiative constitutional amendment.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
I voted yes.
All right. So I guess I'm the odd man out this
What's your
time
logic?
here. So first of all, let me just read the whole thing. Okay.
Doesn't remember every piece of language on the ballot. Come on.
I know, dude. Come on. So increases property taxes on commercial area properties worth more than $3 million. I hope to be worth more than $3 million one day.
Yeah.
So I would like to not pay taxes. As much tax. I think taxes are too high already.
They are.
Let's not scare the big businesses away with more taxes.
That's true. Now, I do agree with your sentiment there, but the public schooling needs more funding.
Sure.
And if that's the way it has
Well,
to
Very
do it,
beneficial as a society.
I thought about that. First of all, a lot of the public schooling money just gets wasted.
sure, but that's a different issue. The
Is
fact
it?
Yes.
Because if we're going to give them more money and they're just going to steal most
We don't
of
know
it,
for a fact that's going to happen.
that's what happens with everything else,
Lots of
including the lottery.
Yes. But lots of the time, lots of the time, yeah, we don't know. So, sure, it happens.
Hmm.
I'd like to believe that it doesn't
Oh, it
happen
happens. It's
all the time. Sorry. So, I'm willing to give it a shot on this one. More
All
public
right.
school funding, I'm into it.
all right.
It needs it.
Okay.
I don't agree with how it's getting it personally.
No, I totally
I
agree
agree
with
with
Josh,
that.
basically.
Yeah, it needs more. I just think that that's not the way to fix it.
It's not.
I think,
It's the only one on the ballot for school funding. So.
Yeah.
unfortunately, yeah, like,
It's-
if that's how it gets done, then that's how it gets done.
Yeah.
I
Regrettably.
It's like giving a pain pill for a broken leg.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, no one's saying it's not going to do anything, but
Yeah.
It's better than no pain pill.
ideally, can we just get some doctors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next prop, I think, is something we all voted the same on. That's
Oh,
Prop
here we go.
16.
16.
Allows diversity as a factor in public employment, education, and contracting decisions. Legislative constitutional amendment permits government decision-making policies to consider race, sex, color, ethnicity, or national origin in order to address diversity by repealing constitutional provision prohibiting such policies. So this is basically repealing something that was passed in the state, I think, in 1995, that basically says no to affirmative action.
Mhm.
All right, what do we vote on that one, boys? 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
No!
What? I'm just joking. I voted no. By the
Oh,
way,
that's a
I
good
will
one.
say, though, that if it had been for businesses and not the government, I would have said yes.
Yeah, no, you're big on that one, actually.
Yeah, I think that you should be able to hire whoever you want. If you're
You can, though.
well, there's incentives. That,
There are
Go
incentives. That does
against
not mean you
it.
cannot hire. Or
There-
you cannot not
there
hire
are
people.
Businesses should have
penalties. There are
full freedom.
penalties
There are no-
for not.
there are no
There are
penalties.
penalties. You
Not
get
necessary.
taxed more if you don't have different nationalities.
Yeah, the forced diversity is a thing.
Yeah.
But as a business, you're not required to hire minorities.
So,
Sure, you just get taxed.
Yeah.
Just like you're not going to be required to take the vaccine, you just can't leave your house.
That's a different show.
I feel like affirmative action is going to be like a whole podcast topic, actually.
Yeah,
it's a
that's-
really good one.
Let's just leave it at that.
All
Next
right.
prop.
Prop 17, this is an interesting one. I'm curious to see what you guys voted on this one. Restores right to vote after completion of prison term.
that one.
Restores voting rights upon completion of prison term to persons who have been disqualified from voting while serving a prison term.
So I said yes.
I voted yes.
I do think that this is not going to go anywhere. I really don't. Like, if any of these is not going to actually do anything, I think it's Prop 17. I would love it to work that way. Prisons should first and foremost be about rehabilitation.
They should be. So
They
here,
should
the
be.
thing about that one is, I agree that it probably won't go anywhere. The thing about prisons is, I believe it's something like less than 20% of all prison inmates are in for violent offenses.
Yeah.
So, if you're in for like fraud, and you've done your time, I don't care. I don't care.
My
I don't
thing
care.
is, I'll even expand that. If you've just
Even-
done your time,
Even if you've done you've gone for like decades for murder, and you're rehabilitated, you get your rights back. That's fine.
I've
I
actually
don't-
thought about this because I'm running, I'm going to run for president, and
Exactly.
thought about this one a lot. What I think it's going to be, how I'm going to have it set up, is after you leave prison, if you were in there for, say, 5 years, you can't vote for 2 years. and you can't go back to jail. If you go back to jail,
Sure, if you go back to jail, it's over.
it resets.
Resets.
But
Yeah.
you have a grace period of 2 years.
That's fair. Or maybe even you can't say for the election, your next election that you're out for,
Uh-huh.
not that one, but the next one.
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
But,
And really, I
yeah.
think the second you're out, you should be able to vote. But just
Yeah.
to dip your toes in, you know what I
Sure.
mean? Just like, hey, just
Yeah,
so
I'm totally
people
down
don't
with that.
freak out. Like, criminals are voting. Guys, the dead are voting.
Exactly.
Like, if the dead are voting,
So non-violent criminals, most of them,
Yes.
voting, not a problem.
not a problem.
Next problem.
Violent criminals voting, I would say yes.
Oh, well, I like to say, well,
go
basically,
for it.
I'm a big believer in second chances, and I think
Yeah.
everyone screws up at least once in their life, and if that leads you to prison, if you served your time and you get out, then I think you should have that right restored to you.
I agree.
But I also agree that if you go back to prison, then you just have it taken away forever. 'Cause
Well,
it's
not
obvious you're-
forever. I don't think
Mm.
forever.
At least like a longer waiting period, even
it's,
after
it's
you get
tough.
out.
It's a tough decision. It's
It could be like
case by case.
case by case as well.
Not all people are in prison for the same reason.
Okay, this next one's funny.
Oh, okay, here we go. Prop 18 amends California Constitution to permit 17-year-olds to vote in primary and special elections
Stop.
if they will turn
That's
18
the whole
by
thing.
the next general election and be otherwise eligible to vote. Yeah, that's it. There's not even a description for it. It just says what it is.
No.
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 No, I voted no.
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 It's
I
so
vote-
obvious
No.
why this is here, though.
It's
No.
no. It's comical. The fact
Yeah.
that it's even on the ballot at all was surprising.
What a joke.
It's a
Who's
fucking
gonna
joke.
vote for that? 17-year-olds?
The younger you are, the more likely you are to vote blue. This has been proven forever. It's
Interesting.
just what they're doing. They
What a
want to.
Well,
coincidence.
that's an interesting saying. You remember the saying of, if you're not a liberal when you're young, you have no heart. If you're not a conservative when you're older, you have no brain.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, everything's on fire.
Yeah,
So-
it is.
We gotta move fast.
The jungle's on fire.
Yeah.
All right.
Next prop.
Prop 19 changes certain property tax rules. Allows homeowners who are over 55, disabled, or wildfire disaster victims to transfer primary residence's tax base to replacement residence. Changes taxation of family property transfers. Establishes fire protection services fund.
What the fuck is happening outside?
There's some animals dying. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So what do you vote?
So this is an interesting one. I did vote yes on this one.
I voted yes.
It's it benefits older people, and
Less
I'd like to
taxes.
think
Less
I'd like to think when I'm that age and this passes that I'd benefit from it. So
I voted yes as well.
Okay. Less taxes.
less taxes is good.
Yeah, no, I agree with everything you said. Let's just move on then.
Yeah.
Prop 20 restricts parole for certain offenses currently considered to be nonviolent. Authorizes felony sentences for certain offenses currently treated only as misdemeanors. Limits access to parole programs established for nonviolent offenders who have completed the full term of their primary offense by eliminating eligibility for certain offenses.
This one is super weird. I don't like this prop at all because
I agree with you.
it contradicts itself.
It
It's
does.
what I like is that some felony charges can be charged as misdemeanors.
Mm-hmm.
What I don't like is it restricts parole for certain misdemeanors, which doesn't
And
make
let's
any
talk-
sense.
And let's talk about the millions of dollars annually.
And the millions of dollars annually.
Yeah.
Well,
I voted
so
no. I
I
voted no.
believe I
I
voted
did
no
vote
on
yes.
that. I had to think along on that. You voted yes on that.
Yeah,
okay.
I didn't think about it enough, I think. I probably would have voted no. But I voted yes because I think
It's not a horrible choice.
I think
It's not a
well,
horrible
I
choice.
well, I mostly agree with that some felonies can be charged as misdemeanors. That's the
Yeah.
part I agree with.
Yeah.
It should
Turn
all be
those
case
into-
by case.
Absolutely.
You know, not every charge is the same.
It's
Okay.
true, but the nail in the coffin for me was the spending.
The spending is
Where's
the nail in
this?
the
Why
coffin.
is this spending
Okay.
so much?
Proposition 21.
Go ahead.
If anyone actually said yes to this, you are a communist. You're a communist if you said yes to
So,
this.
Prop 21 expands local government's authority to enact rent control on residential property. Allows local governments to establish rent control on residential properties over 15 years old. Local limits on rate increases may differ from statewide limit.
The government rent controlling has never been a good thing. It's never worked out.
Not really.
If you
So-
read economics, you understand why it doesn't work out. It never will work.
I never looked much into the history of rent control, so I voted yes
So-
because the rent in the state is ridiculous.
well, on paper, this prop is good.
Let me
That's
give
the
you
thing.
guys at least my opinion on economics and how this is bad for America. Now, here's the thing. Let's say that you live in Florida, okay? And in your area of Florida, there's huge water damage coming in, okay? There's going to be
Frequently.
people displaced. There's going to be lots of destruction, okay? Now, I've been ordered to evacuate, so you go over to this hotel with your family, okay? You're in this new area, you're not in your home, and obviously, if there's no rent control, it's possible that they raised all their prices on the rooms, okay?
Yeah.
Now, here's why that's a good thing.
It's bad for the consumer.
It's good for the consumer.
Paying more money is good for the consumer.
Let me explain why.
Okay.
So, let's say that your entire family, your wife and your kids go to the hotel. If it's all rent control and it all is staying at the same price, you may very well get 2 rooms, one for your kids and one for your wife. However, if the prices have risen, people are going to be getting less rooms. So maybe now your kids are in your room with you, and you're not going to have a fun time with your lady, but at least your neighbors have a room now too.
Yeah.
So that's why rent control is always bad. That's it. That's the reason.
So more people, more families get housing or emergency housing.
And it's happened economically too, not even just for emergency housing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, we're all young, we don't have much money, but imagine if in California right now they enacted rent control and they made all the apartments really cheap. What would happen?
No.
Not just apartments, but let's say it works for the same thing.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Let's
just work
this one. Okay, all right. Okay,
Okay.
all right. I see what you're up to.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, so that was 21, so we move on 22. Prop 22.
Oh, man.
Oh, this is an interesting one. Exempts app-based transportation and delivery companies from providing employee benefits to certain drivers.
I'm proud of myself for this one.
Classifies app-based drivers as independent contractors instead of employees, and provides independent contractor drivers other compensation unless certain criteria are met. What do you vote?
I said yes.
Mm-hmm.
I voted no.
Okay, so the people who do Uber and
I
stuff,
believe I did yes on that one.
the people who do Uber and stuff on that actually want no because they think they're not going to be able to have the job. What I say is I don't care because this work should be above the law. You know what I mean? It should all be up on the up and up. Also, I don't like Uber or any of those things, so I'd be okay if that collapsed from this bill.
Why don't you like Uber?
Okay, let's say you get a Subway sandwich. First of all, it's not going to be how you like it no matter what. Second of all, the more people that touch your food without your knowledge of what they're doing, think about it. They're in their car. They could be doing anything to your Subway sandwich. Spitting in it.
Talk about Uber Eats.
Uber Eats.
Or food delivery, Postmates.
I was thinking
Orange Crate or
Uber works the same way, though. I mean, I'm sure that there's a lot of bad.
I was thinking more of like the taxi Uber.
Solely as a transportation
Solely
service.
as a transportation. I mean,
Because this kind of talks more about the transportation. This is
it'll affect both.
and delivery.
It
affects both. Okay,
absolutely.
I like Uber as a transportation service. I think it's actually really good.
Yeah.
So I voted no because I know a lot of drivers want to know on this,
They did
and
want to
I
know.
also didn't trust the amount of advertising push for it. Was another big decision because I was kind of close on this.
Well, all the advertising was for no, though.
No, it was all for yes. Are you kidding me?
All the advertising I really
All
saw
was all
like,
for
don't
yes.
do it because
Uber and Lyft paid millions of dollars for an advertising campaign to push yes on it.
They
did
wanted
do
to
It
that.
know.
benefits them.
they pushed money for no because
No.
it hurts them.
They push for yes.
They said that if they have to treat their employees that way, they'll go out of business.
Well, no, they won't, because as an independent contractor, you don't have to provide as much benefits as employees that work full time.
Yeah, so it's more like I just didn't trust like that. I'm just gonna vote no. If you vote like I said, it was kind of close for me, so I just voted no.
Well, I also don't care on that one, to be honest with you.
You know what?
I have cars. I have a driver's license.
You know what?
Yeah.
I actually probably dumb on that one. I should have voted no. This question confuses me though
Some of these
because they
props
were
are worded
already
very
not
weirdly.
considered employees.
Yes.
So I assume
Well, that's
that
repealing. That prop is repealing an act that was passed that forces them to be employees. If you reading the ballot explains the ballot.
reading the ballot explains. Okay,
Moving
that's
on.
fine. So far we've all had one goof, and my goof was on
Yeah.
Uber.
No, I don't care for Uber at all. So fuck it.
Fair enough. Prop 23. This is interesting. Establishes state requirements for kidney dialysis clinics. Requires on-site medical professional. Requires physicians, nurse practitioner, or physician assistant on-site during dialysis treatment. Prohibits clinics from reducing services without state approval. Prohibits clinics from refusing to treat patients based on payment source.
No.
I voted no.
I also voted no.
Okay.
I almost voted yes on that one. I had to read it a few
That was
times.
another
Yeah.
close one.
I had to look into that one.
Taxes for
Spending.
illegal immigrants.
Spending.
Also, camera turned off.
Did it now?
It was just on. I think it just turned on. Well, we can quickly wrap this part up and then.
Yeah, we'll take a quick break here.
Well, no, we're almost on the propositions.
Hold on. We have like one more.
Okay.
It's not ogre.
All voted no. We're all in agreement on this. So I think we can just move on.
Yeah.
We have 2 more props. Prop 24 amends consumer privacy laws. Permits consumers to prevent businesses from sharing personal information, correct inaccurate personal information, and limit businesses' use of sensitive personal information, including precise geolocation, race, ethnicity, and health information.
This is a big one.
Establishes California Privacy Protection Agency. Oh, that's it.
Yeah. So this is a yes.
Might
This is
cost,
a yes.
They do say, to be fair,
Fiscal
that it's
impact,
going to
yeah.
cost around $10 million a
At
year.
least 10 million.
It'll cost.
Well, they say at least, but then they also say lower, that a lot of the price will be paid from penalties charged to the businesses for avoiding it.
yes.
Oh, okay.
So I'd say yes. 100%.
Well, yeah. The thing that the spending's big, but it's just beneficial for the people.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Totally.
So
and I can
yes.
see it not
Fuck you,
costing that
Zuckerberg.
much, to be honest.
Zuckerberg not being able to sell information. Well, it doesn't matter. He's going to find a loophole.
They'll find a loophole, but that's just another thing.
Makes it harder for them.
It makes
so.
it harder for the big companies. Fuck them.
And, if they get
Yes.
caught,
Yeah.
they get charged.
And
for
they
it,
get caught,
too,
they get
so.
charged.
Good.
And fined.
All right. Last prop. This is another interesting one, I thought. Prop 25. Referendum on law that replaced money bail with system based on public safety and flight risk. A yes vote approves and a no vote rejects. Law replacing money bail with system based on public safety and flight risk.
I said no.
I said no.
I also said no.
Okay, I said no because more money, because it's going to take a whole
Oh,
bunch
yeah.
of money to change the system.
Yeah.
Second of all, you should be able to pay bail to get out.
Yeah.
But I think the system's not perfect. It could be changed a little bit. Not right now. Not in the pandemic
Now's
where
not the
the
fucking
world
time.
is starving to death.
Mhm.
I don't care. I don't care.
Well,
Leave it
yeah.
on fire. I don't care.
I agree with you, but also from the fact that the bail industry is huge. You ever go down?
It is
near the-
huge.
Now,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
so
Oh,
many
yeah.
bail offices.
Mhm.
It's a huge industry, a lot of money in it, and also people are employed, and
Exactly.
it's a
It's
good job to
good
do.
for the economy to
good
have
for the
bail
economy.
offices and the bail system.
Yeah.
It's good for you, even if you've been arrested and charged
Mhm.
erroneously.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's big. You're basically, if that happens to you and this law passes, you're not going to get out.
Now, the only...
If you've been wrongfully arrested and what's it called? Detained,
Yeah.
etc.
Now, the only thing I've ever heard that made me kind of slightly go against bail is just the fact that if you have a lot of money, you won't care about the bail money.
Yeah, but you get to a certain point where you're big enough that you're not going to get bail.
Yeah.
They can deny bail.
They can deny bail
So that's
because
the thing,
you're
you
a
just-
flight risk, because you have too much power.
You're Jeffrey
And
Epstein.
also, if you do have enough money to pay bail to where you don't care about it, the point is that people are gonna know that you paid bail for this now.
Exactly.
So that's a whole other price you're gonna be paying.
Exactly.
Welcome back.
You beat me to it.
So we're having an interesting time here. First of all, let's talk about Virginia.
Let's talk about Virginia.
What's going on there?
6:00 p.m.
So 37% reporting.
Blumph is ahead about 20%, and they've called it blue.
Yeah, they've called it blue somehow. How does that work?
I feel like Virginia's going to go red this election. I'm calling it.
Yeah. Hey, I believe in Texas. Texas is going red.
Texas is
Hey.
slowly creeping
Whoa!
back toward red.
I
Look at
told
that.
you. Look
They're
at
half
that,
and half,
Noah.
but half reported. It's a real tough call.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh. Let's go back to that a little
Let's do
later.
it. Stay tuned.
Look at the count.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Of course, the cities are like blue.
The cities are blue.
Austin hasn't even
Yeah.
been called yet.
Blumph hasn't done yet. We'll get there.
We're not going to get there. We're going to get to
Oklahoma,
Victor.
Oklahoma has been called for Trump. Arkansas has been called for Trump.
Duh.
Mississippi, Trump.
Duh.
Alabama, Trump.
Duh.
Wait,
North
whoa,
Carolina,
whoa, whoa.
Trump.
Alabama with Trump?
No.
Yep, same as last year.
No.
Now the big interesting one, other than Texas, is Florida.
Yeah.
Which
No.
at first we were getting a little scared, but now Trump has quite a lead.
Blump's got a
And we
lead.
were taking a glance at the news, and they're predicting a win for Trump there.
Can we get
Yeah.
a little quick on that? Just see the little boxes going. Oh, I'm happy with the boxes. I'm
Weird
happy
how
with
it's
the
only
boxes.
the major cities going blue.
Miami went blue. Tampa, Orlando, Jacksonville, Tallahassee.
Jacksonville.
It's all so tiresome.
Come on, guys.
It's all so tiresome.
But it's looking pretty good for Trump in Florida, which will be a big win.
Interesting, no Louisiana reports
Yeah, no
yet.
boot. No boot going
No
on.
boot.
Pennsylvania is looking pretty blue,
Looking pretty
which is a
blue.
big one.
That
If he loses
sucks.
that, that's going to be a little tough.
Really? How many points is Pennsylvania?
20.
20.
Yeah,
20.
That's more than I expected.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, which Pennsylvania has been blue before, but for 2016 it was red.
Barely. Though.
Barely, though.
Okay, hold on. So I'm looking at this map. I'm seeing the red ones that are sketched, but I wasn't seeing any blue ones that were sketched. Does that mean that there were none?
In 2016, states that were blue
Uh-huh.
stayed blue with the exception of Florida, Pennsylvania, Ohio,
Okay.
Michigan, Wisconsin.
But no states went red to blue.
No.
Okay.
Yep. Blue states be blue.
I'm expecting that to happen somewhere here.
We got North Dakota
Yeah, maybe.
coming in. 7% reporting so far, lead for Trump. Kansas, 37% reporting in, decent lead for Biden.
Yeah. The weird.
This is going to be a
Biden's-
close election. I think.
Biden's a little ahead, yeah.
Well, Trump got Kansas last year by a big
by a
lead.
landslide, yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I remember last time watching 2016, and we were about halfway across the nation, and I was like, "Wow, Trump has a chance." But I was like, "This is like California's coming up, boys! Like, 55 points for free for Biden."
Yeah.
Is it going to be free though?
No, not this year.
Let's talk. You don't think it's going to be free this year?
I don't think so.
Okay. I hope you're right.
I
want to see.
hope I'm
a
right
battle.
too. I feel like it's plausible that maybe California goes red barely this year.
I mean,
It's going to be
early indications have shown that there's a chance. If basically all it's about the fact that people, generally speaking, people that are voting for Joe Biden are voting for him because they don't like Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, people that are voting for Trump are generally doing it because they like him and they don't like and they not because they don't like Joe Biden. So that's the generalities there. And the thing is you're more likely to go vote for someone that you like than vote for someone that you don't.
Yeah.
So, and what I mean by that is obviously there are people that want Biden to win over Trump, and they would vote, but I don't think they're going to.
Yeah.
I think that they're gonna chill out at home, and think that Trump's lost already
Exactly.
because the polls lied.
So from what I'm seeing from states that are like between like 1 to 20% called in, the main counties that have been called in are where they're major cities, and of course they're blue. And then slowly a lot of these states we're seeing turn slowly red as it goes on. See Georgia, looking red. Georgia was blue earlier, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's not
We're-
going to be blue.
No.
We were getting worried.
I was not
It
worried.
was a meme. They're not even 30% reported yet.
Yeah, so I think Georgia's looking good. Florida, I'm very happy with that so far. 50 to 48%. Actually, 51% to 48%. Texas is the big one I'm worried about. But Trump is slowly catching up.
Listen, I think Texas. I mean, I'm feeling unlucky watching it. I don't want to watch Texas anymore. It's like watching like a water boil. I want to just see it be red all
Watch
of a
the pot
sudden.
never boils.
Yeah.
What's Maine looking like? Let's look at Maine.
Maine was blue last election, and we're only
Was
at
it?
1%, but it's looking pretty red so far.
Which one's ND again?
North Dakota.
North Dakota.
North Dakota, only a couple
Sitting down the
counties,
plains.
but looking pretty
Wait.
red.
A place in North Dakota is called Bismarck.
Bismarck. And
Isn't that-
Fargo,
Isn't that the capital?
which is Bismarck? I think so, yeah.
I believe it is.
It's not
believe
Fargo, so it's
Yeah,
definitely.
I don't think it's Fargo.
And
Fargo.
Fargo, people know from the show Fargo
Mm.
in the movie.
Wells
Both are really
Fargo.
both pretty good. Yep. Damn, my prediction was a lot more Libertarian Party wins here, but I don't see any.
Not
You
gonna
thought Libertarian Party was going to win anything?
No.
Okay.
Never ever.
Even like a single block?
No.
No. If they win one block, they'll be able to win two, and then it's going to be like a fire started. But until they win a block, they're not
They
going
haven't
to.
even gotten a county.
No, they've never gotten
I mean, Judge Jorgensen got 1.4%.
it. Show me her block. Show me the block she owns.
She doesn't own a block.
She doesn't own a block. There's not a single block that
I
Joe
mean,
Jorgensen
75,000 votes, but that's fuck all.
It's nothing.
That's nothing.
I could get 75,000
probably
votes
could.
now.
Kanye probably got fucking.
There's one
75,000
state that
votes.
had quite a bit for Kanye. I'm trying to find which one it
Is
was.
it California?
No, California's in
Oh, yeah.
yet.
That's crazy.
Our polls don't close
Virginia?
for like
Yeah.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania. Joe Jorgensen got 2.3% so far in Pennsylvania. Look at that. Look at that.
All right, guys. So let's talk a little about what we predict is going to happen if Trump wins or if Biden wins. So let's take the possibly the bleaker outlook here, to be honest.
Sure.
And let's see, what do you think is going to happen if Trump wins?
Trump.
There'll be like minor like riots from like BLM folk.
Okay.
I predict
It's not going to be civil unrest.
I don't think we're gonna have the Civil War or the Boog.
Do you think we have civil unrest right now?
No. A little bit.
Okay. I think
not enough to call it civil unrest.
Yeah. But I think if Trump wins, the next 4 years are gonna look a lot like the last 4 years in like when it comes to like the protests and everything. What the left tries to do is sabotage it. They're gonna try to find every little thing Trump does, try to make a takedown piece, try to cancel him.
Well,
they've been doing it for 4 year. They're gonna do it for another 4 years.
First of all, I'm just gonna go on record here and call it what it is: terrorism. Okay, they're being paid by people like Soros to riot. It's all very established. It's all very set up. They're being paid to bus ride into other states and loot and riot. And they said they were going to do it if Trump wins, and they said they were going to stop if he loses. So I suspect that we will see, and because I think Trump's going to win, I suspect we're going to see a lot of terrorism after this election.
I think it's definitely possible.
Yeah, possible.
I'm not gonna say for sure, but
anything's possible. I'm just saying it's.
I mean, if Kanye West can get 0.3% of the votes in Tennessee like he is right now, I guess anything's possible.
So let's talk about.
That's votes that aren't Biden votes.
Yeah, those are votes that. Yes.
I used to love Kanye. I used to know Kanye. I like his music.
He's okay.
That's a hot take.
He is
Very talented
motivational.
producer.
He's
Very
motivational.
How many electoral votes does DC get?
In DC?
It has its own specific thing.
It's part. They just count as part of Virginia,
go
I
back.
think.
DC. District of Columbia.
No
results?
No results, and doesn't say.
I suspect Columbia going towards Trump.
But there we go. Let's see. How's the Senate looking?
Well, that's pretty much what we were expecting there.
So let's see. When it comes to the Senate, so far the Democrats have a lead, but they've been reporting on a lot of these East Coast states, which are always blue. As we get more toward the middle here, the Midwest.
I'd like to point that out. That's very nice. Texas is red for this. Barely, and it's barely blue for the other one. I think that's a good indicator as well.
Yeah. Can we see some ballot measures? Take a look at that. Does it show those?
From the Associated Press. I think it's another website, of course.
What are ballot measures? Just like
props.
Those are the props.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So nothing.
I guess not. All right, whatever.
We can wait a little bit on that. We'll probably. I was gonna look at the House.
Curious.
House so far, Republicans do have a.
Are we gonna take the House, boys?
Yeah, probably.
It's gonna be nice.
What's more important, the House or the Senate, when it comes to which one to take?
Senate.
You need
Senate.
to have both of them though.
Senate.
Kind of need both to
Senate,
get stuff
yeah,
done.
but-
Well, it's best to at least have a lead in one, but like if you have both, stuff gets done.
Well,
Right?
like the House, they basically pitch the idea and vote on it, and if it gets passed there, then it goes to
And
the
the
Senate,
takes
where they
it
have
over.
another vote
They
on
make the
it.
final decision.
They make the final
basically.
decision.
Learned all this from
So-
Star Wars.
The Senate's more important.
It's a little bit
The
more,
prequels taught me this.
Yeah, they're good movies.
but it is very important, both of them. And just if you look at, if you look at the fact that we're gonna possibly take the House, that's a great indicator for
Epic.
Trump. And it's a great indicator for even if Trump loses, Republicans in the House, that's a good safety net.
It is. I mean, even if Trump loses, we gotta look at the other victories. Like we got the Supreme Court filled with.
Oh yeah, that's huge.
That's
That
huge.
is big. Judges are
Supreme Court justices.
almost important, as the president. Seriously. Almost. Just because there's so many of them. But if there was only one, it would be more important than the president.
Sure, but
But
then
each
there's-
individual
that's-
one,
We can't be having that.
No, obviously.
If Trump loses and we also get like the House and the Senate, and I think I wouldn't even be worried about really.
I would be unhappy.
I'd be unhappy, but I wouldn't be like, oh shit, I gotta get ready for the war, you know?
Okay, so let's talk about what do you guys think's gonna happen if Joe Biden wins?
That's an interesting one. I
off
think
the bat,
there's a few
nothing.
possibilities.
So let me just start playing Everybody Knows, and
Yeah. Well, eventually, what it's going to lead to is more socialist policies and gun control.
yes.
I hate when people say
So mild. It's a mild to what it might lead to. Noah, what do you think?
Biden is literally going to try to take the guns away.
Okay,
I don't care how people were trying to sugarcoat it.
I agree with you.
He has said he wants a buyback,
Yeah,
gun confiscation.
Mhm.
It's just gun confiscation with extra steps.
that's
Yeah.
what it is.
And you know who he's gonna put in charge of the gun control
This
laws
is
if he
pretty
gets
big.
elected? Beto.
Mr. O'Rourke.
That guy who said, "Yeah, hell yes, we're gonna take your
Okay.
AR-15s,
Hell
your
yes.
AK-47s."
This is the guy who
Take
said
it.
that. He's changed his name to a Hispanic-sounding name to get Latino votes. And do you guys remember when he wrote short stories about running over teenagers
did
for
do that.
fun,
Yep.
and then ran over a
He
teenager?
did, in fact, run over a
He
teenager.
killed a teenager,
That happened. That's documented. You can look it up.
and his dad has billions. And
Billions.
He got out of it. Billions and billions and billions and
I am-
billions.
and
Billions.
I'm sitting here watching Texas, and I'm just like,
Stop watching Texas.
well,
Noah,
it's
please.
important.
Please
Like,
stop watching.
We're good on
Texas.
Florida. I'm not worried about Florida. Florida's fine.
Florida's fine.
Texas,
We have
we
Florida.
need
Noah,
to worry.
every time we watch Texas, it gets worse.
Okay, but no, it's getting better.
no, it's getting
No,
worse.
It did get worse.
It
goes
got
down.
worse
It
every
goes down.
time we look at Texas. Stop looking at Texas, please. Okay, we'll
I don't
blame
know.
Noah for the loss.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, well, look
Please
at
get out of Texas.
look at all these counties that aren't near the city.
city. Wow. Okay,
Yes,
crazy. I'm
like
not
I
surprised.
said, I believe Texas.
We're
will
fine.
Every
win.
rural county in Texas is gonna grant.
Okay, let's look at New Mexico. New Mexico's just opening up.
Yes, it is, and it's blue.
Well, it's
No, it's been called
0%.
blue. It's 0%.
Was New Mexico was blue last election. Who
It's
cares?
absurd.
You can have those 5 electoral votes. Biden's already at 119.
Whoa!
Well, what's happening here? There's
Hold
more
on,
states
hold
being
on, hold
called.
on.
What's going on here?
I'm not willing to give up New Mexico.
I don't want to give up any state.
No. I mean, like
New Mexico. I don't think should be blue.
New Mexico's not going to be blue.
It was last time.
It's not going to be blue.
It's gonna be. Colorado.
It was pretty heavy blue last time. It was
Mex-
48%.
New Mexico will not.
Well, New
be
Mexico was
blue.
9%
6
Gary
p.m.
Johnson. What?
Pacific time. 6 p.m.
Gary.
Pacific time. I'm calling it. New Mexico will not be blue.
Okay.
We'll see.
What's really sad is like Nevada being blue.
Yeah.
So the whole West Coast is now blue, which is awful.
Unfortunate. Let's just go back to the glory days when
Ugh.
California's pretty cool. It was
Listen,
red.
guys. It looks like it would be pretty easy to make 2 different countries here. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
I mean, cut
Remember
off
that-
West Coast.
Splitting
That can be its
California.
own socialist hell.
You guys remember
There
already is.
the plan to make California into 3 different states?
Yeah.
I was kind of in support of that.
I said no to that.
I think it should have happened.
I think it's
It should
California's
happen
too,
eventually.
California's literally too big.
Do you know what happens if we split up California? They get more electoral votes. Hello.
Really?
No.
Yes. Okay. So here's how it
I
works.
don't know
Okay.
about
States get a certain amount of electoral votes dependent on their population, with one little hiccup. And the hiccup is because they don't want big states like, say, California deciding the whole election. What they do is they give it diminishing returns. So basically, if you were a single person living in Alaska, your vote, statistically speaking, is worth more than someone living in California.
Yeah.
Now, what that means.
What?
Oh, lost my train of thought. What were we talking about?
Okay, Joe.
why California is splitting into 3 states.
Oh, yeah, you can't split it into 3 states because if you do, the diminishing return thing will be lessened and it'll be worth like 70 electoral votes or 80.
Guys, he's catching up in Texas.
Stop looking at Texas. You looked right at me afterwards, too. Stop looking at Texas.
Gold list.
Pennsylvania's a rip.
They're counting all the. Yeah.
Well, what's
It's only 9%.
It's only 9%. I don't care about 9%.
I care about 20 electoral votes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
9%.
Maryland.
Guys,
Maryland's 10.
Yeah.
Look how tiny you are.
that's why. That's what. See, people in Maryland's vote is Maryland.
Maryland.
It's worth much more than
Let's
California.
go to Maryland.
Maryland?
It's not going to Maryland.
No. Ew.
What's the best state?
Alaska.
Hey, Alaska.
Yeah.
You can't just do that face.
Alaska's
you
heavy.
know,
No, I think you're right. I think
Alaska's
you're right.
heavy red
You're-
usually
You can't
too.
just discount Alaska.
You're right.
Alaska
you're
is
right.
fuck huge. Alaska is basically like the last bastion of actual freedom in America.
Yeah, I agree with you.
They say fuck you to gun laws and do whatever you want. Go live in the fucking wilderness.
Listen, if you are a criminal who's running from the law, and would rather not go to Mexico, you're in Alaska. That's where you
Good
are.
luck getting there.
Yeah.
You have to fly there. Good luck getting on a plane if
You
you're
have to
convicted.
boat there, dude.
You boat there.
Yeah.
You're not sure as hell not going through Canada.
Oh no. Good luck if you're trying to make
Where's
it to
Delaware
Canada.
State?
That's a good question. It's like 12 square miles. You can drive across Delaware in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, honestly, like, what's the point here? So, we're looking pretty good. North Dakota is pretty heavy on Trump. South Dakota is pretty heavy on Trump so far. Nebraska's looking at Joe Biden, but they already called it for Trump, apparently.
Wait,
Wyoming.
what's going on?
Nebraska's been called, but Trump is behind. But
Well,
it's 13,
13%.
50%.
Oh, let's look at Texas.
Stop looking at it. Stop looking at it.
It's closer.
The next time you look at Texas, lose the mouse.
Taking away your penis privileges.
Yeah.
No, Dad.
Yeah. It's over for you.
So,
So let's see. So when it comes to the swing,
make some predictions here, boys. What do you think?
so let's take a
It's
look at
Blumph
the.
barely. I think Blumph barely.
Well, yeah.
Lots of people are saying Blumph landslide.
I think Blumph will barely win, which I was thinking a landslide. But if he wins, he wins. That buys us another 4 years.
Well, I think
Fix
Trump's
things.
landslide by actual like numbers, like the 270, yeah. But population wise, no. I think
Yeah,
it'll-
Hillary won the majority vote,
I think Trump will lose the popular vote again.
and that made
This time I don't know about that. I don't think so. Sleepy Joe's just not good enough.
Yeah, honestly, if Trump wins the popular vote, we can all just go home early. We win.
all right.
Yeah.
Okay, it looks like things just got updated. We now have Colorado, which is a very blue state, looking 65% Joe
Yeah.
Biden, 32% Trump.
We are not going to win Colorado.
Montana is looking pretty Trump as well. I'm pretty Biden as well.
Wow, really? Montana?
Montana was red last election? Yeah.
So is anything different
So
from
far.
last election
That's been called.
that's been called?
So what's been called?
Okay, New Mexico is blue. Oklahoma's always blue. South's pretty much.
Mexico's not going to be blue. I'm telling you, it's going to be red.
That's what you think.
And we're not.
It's been called. So it looks about the same, other than Ohio. Well,
How's Virginia looking still?
Ohio's 18, which sucks. Virginia is.
Still good for Trump.
Yeah, but they called it for why?
I mean,
It was-
There must be some sort of algorithm or something.
it was
that's like-
blue last time.
So yeah, we'll wait.
hey, I'll be fine with
Well,
just keep.
Virginia.
We can just keep all the same states as last time, guys. I'm okay
Yeah.
with that. Why not?
Keep them all the same. Trump wins
Sure.
again. Fine.
All
Did you guys see the tweet that Trump made a few weeks ago saying California just sucks?
right.
Hold on, let me
Really?
look it up. Let me.
I mean, he's not wrong. Pornhub.com quick toolbar.
No, he's not wrong.
It's right there. E-hentai.
I think I would have preferred if he had waited though. Like
Yeah.
Bigfoot of California after. they
Yeah,
don't
actually,
vote
that
him.
would have been a good call.
Yeah.
No way.
He literally tweeted this: "California is going to hell. Vote Trump."
Holy shit. Donald J. Blumph. Fronald Glumph. When was this? 12th. Jesus.
October 12th. Yeah. This is right when people were starting sending their mail ballots.
Going to? You mean is?
Let's see what Trump's tweeting.
Hold on,
right
did you guys
now.
see that? Go back an arrow real quick. That image right there with that
Mhm.
girl. You see on the side that Q?
Well, yeah.
Let's look at Donald Trump's
It's a
Twitter.
meme.
We are looking really good all over the country. Thank you. All in caps.
2 hours ago. Sure.
That was 2 hours ago. He hasn't really been tweeting much.
Donald
Probably pretty nervous.
He's probably just keeping it. It's probably for the
Oh,
best.
oh.
Just keep quiet.
The Trump dancing
Now.
is hilarious.
It's like Joe Biden's Twitter.
Blue flight.
All right, checking out the Joe Biden Twitter.
Sleepy Joe. Retweets.
Yeah.
Stay in line, folks.
That's who he tweeted an hour ago.
Stay in line, folks.
Remember to stay in line.
I don't like that. 2 hours
Stay and
ago-
make sure you stay in that bread line.
As polls begin to close in certain parts of countries, remember to stay in line. Oh, he's referring to if you're in line for the poll and it closes, you're still allowed to vote. It's just that's when they close the line. So don't leave the line, So why are you voting that? Unless I guess if you got off work that late, I don't know. But yeah, I guess that's what he means. Stay in line. Please stay in line. Please, we're a little nervous over here. Please stay in line.
He's scared.
You shouldn't be too scared. It's not looking It's not looking like crazy on each side. It's pretty close so far, I'd say.
He knows he's unlikable. Okay.
Well, listen. I mean, if he wasn't cheating,
well, yeah,
it would be a landslide.
Let's take a look at the U.S. election on Twitter.
Even here in California, hold on. Do either of you know a single? Do either of you know a single person who votes Joe Biden?
Personally, no. Yeah.
Do you know one?
Okay. I do know one.
I don't know any.
I know one.
No?
No what? Sorry, I was reading.
You know a single person who's voting for Joe Biden personally?
Yeah, my grandma.
All right, so you guys know one each. Yeah, I don't know anybody.
I'm not too happy about the one.
I know a lot of people, and I don't know anybody who's voting Joe Biden.
Is that who I think it is?
Yeah.
Who is?
It's sad. It doesn't matter. Moving on.
Really?
Yeah.
That's just. That's sad.
She. Huh.
Yeah, right then.
That's how you
we got Republican Brian Donalds wins the House race in Florida. Congratulations,
Brian.
Look at that
Donald.
smile. I like that smile.
Look at him. He's black.
Good smile.
The black vote.
We need more people of color in office.
Yeah.
Black Republican gets elected. Like every time. We need more women in office.
He's a race traitor. How can you call someone a race traitor, by the way, not be called a racist?
Exactly.
That's like the most racist
literally
thing.
Racism.
Black guy comes out, says
from what I'm reading,
he likes Trump, media destroys him. Why? Why is it
That's
always
racist. That's racist. That's actually unironically racist.
It is.
So, this is a tweet. Nate Silver says Trump win in Florida triples the chances to win presidency. I hope he's right. But it looks like, from my perspective,
it'd be really hard.
A lot of news networks, like, it's pretty obvious that Florida's going to Trump, but they refuse to call it. They're like, well, maybe. This guy tweets, "Fuck Florida. All my homies have always hated Florida."
I don't particularly like.
And all
I don't
his
like
homies
Florida,
are,
but I like their voters.
All his homies are crying libtards, hitting their heads in the wall.
Yeah, look, this woman, Toku Faith, how I'm gonna sleep when Florida gets hit by another hurricane and it's Homer Simpson sleeping.
Oh, that's really nice.
That's really nice of you. Wow.
Tolerant left.
The tolerant left.
It's kind of funny.
So those tweets are good.
Florida.
Let's just check back on Florida. Yeah, that's looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it. No, I know what you want to do. Don't you lose the mouse.
Let's take a look at these swing states here. Florida's looking pretty good. Georgia's looking pretty good. Iowa, I have to wait another hour till we get those results. Michigan's looking good. When it comes to blue states, they're so far swinging toward Biden. We got New Hampshire, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Texas. Trump's getting Wisconsin, though.
I can't believe Texas is a fucking swing state.
It's
Texas!
It's 38 votes! Of course it's a swing state!
Yeah, but it should just be red. Every single county in Texas should be red.
I remember the Alamo.
Yeah, exactly.
This is literally the Alamo we're witnessing right now.
Seriously, this is...
And
literally dying animals.
The dogs
outside.
are howling for Trump right now. I love it.
What is happening?
So, Florida, too close to call. Are you sure
No,
about
it's
that?
not. It's over.
Alright, let's take a look at what else is trending on Twitter right now. We got Texas. This is going to be interesting. Looks like another Republican win in Texas for... Who's that? I think it's the House. And let's see. Anything else breaking from Texas?
Stay away from Texas, Noah.
Stay the fuck away.
Wouldn't that be crazy? I would expect Florida to be blue and Texas to be red.
No, because so many Californians move to Texas.
So many refugees.
You know who moves?
Running from themselves.
You know who moves to Florida? People who don't want taxes.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's why we blue. Shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out of
What?
Freedom Land. What is happening here?
Dude, that's satanic.
It's literally
Some cool
satanic
shit happening.
What
bullshit.
is happening over there?
Okay. So
Who posted that?
I don't know, some person. So Texas is pretty close still.
Who posted that? Why is that happening?
There's apparently some witchcraft happening in Texas from a video.
Actual
we've
literal
seen it.
witchcraft.
It's just saying Texas blue over and over again with witchcraft and burning Satan's.
They're demons, people.
Why?
So
Texas staying blue, surrounded in a bunch of candles.
Non-natural hair color.
Hold on.
Libtard.
It's like they're signaling to use black magic to keep Texas.
Literally witchcraft.
Yeah,
we're witnessing like the downfall of America. Texas going blue. This election, it's over.
Texas will not go blue,
guys,
no matter what kind of black magic
That's just not true.
they try.
Guys, Keemstar has just tweeted, breaking. Drama Alert is now projecting Kanye West has won the election with 1% of the vote in.
Yep, got him.
Kanye West is actually getting some votes.
What is that? Why?
So there's the Dems are doing some witchcraft to try to keep Texas blue.
You know what? Send that link to one of us. That way we can just consider showing people what the fuck is going on.
Yeah,
over
that
there.
one and also the Kanye one.
I'll put that in the. Sorry, I'm gonna touch your hand there.
I would be tearing all that down.
Oh no, okay, hold on, don't worry, don't look at any of that, don't look at any of that, don't look at any of that, don't look
Look
at any of
at
that,
it.
don't look at any of that,
Look
don't
at
look at any of my
I'm
discords.
looking at it.
Seriously?
Sources.
Seriously?
Sources.
If I saw that happening, I would go destroy all that witchcraft bullshit.
There's some witchcraft here.
I would destroy
put it up
all that.
for you. Let me get the Keemstar tweet as well.
Have you guys seen my picture as Keemstar? I have a picture of me, and someone made me look like Keemstar.
Really?
Yeah, it's really good. I'll show you.
Let's get right into the memes.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to hear something from Keemstar about the election.
Oh, I think this is good.
So, someone posted the most searched terms